everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Baratang and this is the third episode of Careers 101 with Baratang. Today I am joined by the 24-year-old Godisang Pusoe, who is a qualified chef and a hospitality management graduate. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel.
Thank you so much, Baratang, for having me.
Godisang is here to tell us all about her experience as a hospitality management operator practitioner. And her experience in the culinary and hospitality industry. So, with a lot of passion-based careers, there's like a point in time where that passion just arises or just ends. Was it the same for you, or is it something that just gradually happened, or was it like, yo, I discovered something and I was like, I'm definitely gonna take this as a career path?
Well, for me, for the most part, like I feel like this is cliche, but like with a lot of people, they'll be like, something chose me, I didn't choose it.
Yeah.
That's basically with me as well, because I grew up in a very hospitable family,
Okay.
because we're constantly hosting people at home, cooking for them. So seeing all of that, I just grew into that, so we show people that we love them by cooking for them, hosting them. And I come from a family of great cooks. Like my dad was a great cook, my grandmother is a great cook. So growing up, I always wanted to do something with them, and I was like, no, actually I can do this as an actual career and make money from this. Because with back in the day, being a chef was just like taboo, like what are you gonna cook for a living? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was like, no, I can actually take this as a career path, and that's what happened, and that's why I'm here today.
And how did your parents receive those news that you wanted to go into culinary and become a chef?
My dad at first was like, how can we take you to school for 12 years and you tell us that you're gonna go for a living?
Yeah.
So, but my mom was very open to it, because growing up, I always told them that I want to be a chartered accountant.
Oh.
That's why I did accounting, business studies, and I took consumer studies, which had a bit of culinary here, home economics basically. So when I took those subjects, I knew that, okay, if this one doesn't work, then but then I saw that this chartered accounting thing is not working. It's not for me. This is not what I want to do. I actually want to cook for a living, And I told them, I was like, you know what, I'm dropping pure maths because I don't need it, I don't need it. And I told my dad, and he's like, you know what, do what you have to do. And ever since, they've been supportive.
Oh, well, I'm glad they allowed you to make that decision. So then in high school, you then applied for which qualifications did you apply for?
So I matriculated in 2014.
Okay.
2015, I was supposed to go to school, varsity. So I always wanted to go to Capsicum. Because culinary, that's what I wanted to do. So with Capsicum, I don't know about now, but back then, you only apply that year that you're going in. So I couldn't apply for 2015 and 2014. So I had to apply in 2015 for 2015.
Okay.
So I didn't apply at all for 2014. I didn't apply for anything in 2014 because my head was like, I'm going to culinary school, to Capsicum specifically. So that happened. Completed my matric when I got 2015, 90, I think it was 95,000 then for me to do.
That's
for me to study.
Oh, money.
For me to study, and my parents were like,
for the entire duration or just for that 1 year?
I think it was for the entire duration because it was an 18-month course.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was for the entire duration, and my parents were like, this is a lot of money. And registration, I think, was 30-something thousand and stuff. So even getting funding from banks and financial aid was not there, because like a lot of people want proof of registration before they actually give you any sort of financial aid. So then, okay, cool. I was like, you know what, this is not happening. So I had to work. I worked for an entire year. So my aunt is a psychologist. She's like, no, I need a secretary. Why not come to my practice and help out? Then I worked 2015. I'm like, I saved up money. I made sure that I saved. I'm like, you know what? As long as I have registration money, then I had a mentor. And she was like, you know what, Godisang, don't necessarily go into culinary school, but go to a university and study food and beverage operations, where you will learn both management and the culinary aspect of what you want to do. So later on, if you want to have your own restaurant, you can open it up yourself and manage it yourself. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I studied food and beverage operations, and I fell in love with it. And because the subjects that I did in high school were the same modules that I did in varsity, which was very simple.
I see. And you did this at UJ?
Yeah.
So would you say that was great advice considering where you are right now?
Yes, like that for me helped me out a lot, because like right now sitting here, because for me being a chef, I don't think that I want to be, like I am a chef, but not that I want to trade as one.
Okay.
I feel like for me, I can do so much more. I'm not saying that people that are chefs can't do more than what they're doing right now, but I'm just saying that I feel like I have so much more to offer to the hospitality industry as a whole. So imagine if I had only done culinary, I would have only known culinary. So now I know hospitality holistically, and that's what's working and helping me out. So yeah, I can become a jack of all trades.
I didn't actually know that there were, these particular courses in university institutions, because all you ever hear of is like the engineering faculty, the accounting faculty. You don't really hear about, the business, the tourism, hospitality, food and beverage. So is it like a faculty of hospitality, and then it has these different qualifications?
At UJ, it's under the College of Business and Economics.
Okay.
So it is under, because they only changed it recently. It was under the Faculty of Business, so they just changed the entire name. But that's where we're under business basically. So, but how do I explain this? Because it's called the School of Tourism and Hospitality.
Okay.
Yeah, under the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Okay, I understand now. Wow, guys! Like, if you need research, you don't actually need to go very far. You can just ask Godisang. Yeah, that's very informative.
Yeah.
And then you graduated from with a national diploma in food and beverage. And then how did you then land up in the USA?
So I did my diploma from 2016 to 2018, graduated last year.
Okay.
And then I enrolled for my BTech. So while I was doing my BTech, an agency, they contacted our school and told, the HOD, that they're looking for students that are doing the BTech in hospitality management, and they would like them to be on a specific program to go to the United States. So they sent this communication on WhatsApp, and I was like, I didn't even see it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have this thing that if something is yours, it's yours. Do you get what I'm saying? So I didn't even see it. Like, I just looked over it. I wasn't interested, because I didn't even read anything. I just saw it. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. It's one of these dumb communications. Okay, not dumb, sorry. One of these communications that they just said, So, okay, cool. But then later on, so a friend of mine kept taking pictures. She was busy with her CV. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. She's like, no, I want to go to the States and stuff and stuff. But I always spoke about going to the States.
Okay, so it was something that you were looking into.
But I didn't even know how I was going to do it. It was that thing that, no, Godisang, we're going to the States. We're going to the States. But I didn't even know that there was such an agency. I knew nothing. Okay. So then my friend's like, no, I sent my CV and I'm like, do I still have time to do that? She's like, no, here's their email address and check them out. And then I sent them email address and told them that my name was Godisang. I'm doing this, and and then they got back to me and they were like, no, we would love for you to be on the program. And just send your CV, and we were just about to close the applications. And I was like, what? So then everything else is history. Landed an interview and I got selected, and
Before you went to America, did you do any practicals or internships in South Africa?
Yes. So with our school, the School of Tourism and Hospitality, they expose us to a lot.
Okay.
That's why I'm so grateful that I went to that school particularly, because our practicals we would have like with practicals, it's like you would either be cooking for a lecturer or serving other students. But with the School of Tourism and Hospitality, what they would do is that you'd have actual guests, like people from outside would have functions, would plan the function, learn function sheets, do everything with actual guests, and that was practice. So when you get into the hospitality industry, you already know.
Yeah.
Apart from that practical, I also got the opportunity to work at Southern Sun.
Okay.
Southern Sun, Santon Sun. Okay. the one in Santon. I volunteered for a couple of weekends, but because my schedule got tight, I couldn't do it anymore. Okay. Then in third year, you have the last 6 months to go into actual industry. So I was in Cape Town at the Cullinan.
Okay. So now with both your South African and American experience, how would you compare the two, and which one would you say spoke to you the most?
Wow. Well, they weren't so different. Okay. I don't think they were different in a sense. How can I put this?
Because you would expect like working for a third world country versus working for a first world country to have extreme differences.
For me, I didn't find that much of a difference because being in Cape Town and Naples felt the same. It's just that different time zones. Excuse me. Because Cape Town is also like a rich. It's also a rich city and all of that. So where I was, so there wasn't much of a difference. The only difference with being here in South Africa and that side is the money, because the money is better. So that's why I feel that a lot of people in our industry go that side, because the pay is better. Even if you're just working as a server or a hostess, or you're just a line chef, if you were to compare your salary to the people that are working here the same position, you earn like 3 times as much. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think, honestly speaking, for me there wasn't much of a difference. And I love the hospitality industry here at home, because we as South Africans are so warm, and I feel like the hospitality industry is about that. It's not just about serving and all. You need to, like, people feed off your energy, and we here at home are very warm people. That side, they are not, like, they don't have the Ubuntu spirit that we have here. Yeah. So I think for me there wasn't much of a difference, but I feel like the money, that's what sets us apart from them, and their infrastructure is way better than ours.
Okay, so as a person looking from the outside and seeing someone who's in hospitality, I don't really know exactly what it is that you do.
Yeah.
Can you give me like a brief description of your day-to-day like work schedule?
Okay, so like I've most of the time, I've worked as an intern. Okay. Since I've graduated with from my diploma to BTech, like all I've done is internships, not had like an actual job where I'm like, no, I'm a GRO, which is a guest relations officer, or I'm a server, or I've basically done all these positions, right? Okay. So for me, I was always, it's 1 minute you're a hostess for like a couple of months or a couple of weeks, then the next you're a server, then you are a service assistant, then you are a bartender, then you're working culinary. So for me, that's used to be my actual day-to-day. I had to always adjust and rotate. So yeah, that was, so I can't say that this is what I used to do and I only did that. So I literally did everything from finance, reservations, I've done it all.
Yeah, and you were qualified to do all of those things with your qualification. It held so many different, opportunities in it. And having experienced all those different faculties within the hospitality industry, how would you say that, you as a person resonates with that industry? Because in a different interview, I had someone who did go through that experience and figured out that it wasn't for them. But with you, oh my gosh, you're just so, you love what you do.
Yeah. I think for me, I resonate well with the hospitality industry. Like my personality I just fit into it,
Yeah.
I just fit in, and I love serving people, and I love being of assistance to people, and being in the hospitality industry allows me to do exactly that. When you see that you've put a smile on someone's face, for me that is more than enough, and that's what we do. That's why I have a problem when I go to restaurants and people are rude, like the waiter, waitress is so rude to you, and you just like, why do you have to do that? You get what I'm saying? Because when I'm at work, I don't care whether my dad passed away, my dog passed away, whoever, that doesn't matter. For me, the guest has to come first. And you learn these things when you're in the hospitality industry. So with me, I just landed here, and I absolutely love what I do, and I talk a lot. And I love meeting new challenges every day. But sometimes you get rude guests. You get people that are very rude, and I'm someone that takes things personally very quickly.
Okay.
So when someone is rude to me, it's like, but I didn't do anything wrong to you. But my supervisors and my mentors told me that, Godisang, it's not about you.
Yeah.
You did the best that you could do, and there's nothing else you can do. So
Okay, well, I don't know. I want to say that there's how do I put this? Misrepresentation and sort of a lack of representation in your line of work. Why do you think that is how it is with particularly Black South Africans when they look at these types of industries? And how do we change that as a young Black person or as Black parents in general?
So this industry, being a doctor, I can't just wake up and want to be a doctor. I have to go to school first.
Yeah.
But with the hospitality industry, there's already this dynamic that because you can serve, as long as you can take this plate to this table, you can do it. As long as you can cook, you can. And there's a much deeper meaning to being in this industry. And I feel like that's where the misrepresentation is. Like my dad saying that you can't go to school for 12 years and then just want to cook for a living, because there's not that understanding that we actually, because I did accounting, I did financial, I did costing. There's a lot of things you learn. So I feel that people need to learn that it's not just about serving. There's a lot of things that go into it. There's a lot of things that go into it, and that's where people get it wrong. They just think that you just do it. It's simple. I remember there was this, this UJ humor thing. So they once put what is this thing called again? Where you put your books, right? Like a bookshelf. They put a law student, so it had a lot of books, right?
Okay.
And then they were like hospitality students, and there was just one book. And I was like, wow, the disrespect, because I went to school from Monday to Friday, and I still have practicals on top of that. So there's a lot of things you learn. You learn marketing, you learn business, you learn finance. There's a lot of things you learn, and that's the misrepresentation that it's just you serving. It's just you cooking. It's just
Little do they know that your qualification leaves you an all-rounded person.
Exactly.
Ready to start a business, ready to just
Exactly.
conquer the world.
Exactly.
And I really hope that people watching this video can learn that you need to put respect on different lines of work because you actually don't know what goes into it. And I'm so glad that you were here to tell them about it. And if there's anyone out there who would like to enter your line of work and want to speak to you about getting into the culinary industry or hospitality industry, how can they get a hold of you?
So I am on Facebook,
Okay.
on Instagram. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. I don't know how to use Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter, but I'm on those social media platforms. But I feel like WhatsApp is more private. So, but my name is Godisang Pusoe on both platforms. So yeah, if anyone feels that they want to get into the hospitality industry and they don't know how to, they can send me a DM or an inbox. I really don't mind, because last year when I was working as a tutor as well, studying at the same time and a tutor, I used to tell the students that if you don't love hospitality, it is going to show.
Yeah.
It is going to show. You cannot pretend to love something, because you work long hours. You can work you work over 12 hours. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't love what you do, you're going to be miserable, because it takes a lot of your time. So that's why I'm saying that we need to really love the industry that we're in. And yeah.
And this comes from someone who clearly, like, it shows as you speak about it, like you are in the right field. And I really wish that people would just follow their passions regardless of what their parents think. I'm not saying disrespect your parents, but make them understand that this is what you would love to do, and that they should just let you be the person that you want to be, because your parents allowed you to, even though your dad was a bit skeptical. But look at you now, and would you say that you are in a happy place?
Very much so, very much so. Even though with the lockdown, it really crushed the industry. But I feel like, I always say this to my friends, that as long as we still have people, hospitality will still live. Because people still want to eat, people still want to go out, people still want to go on vacation, So the hospitality industry will live and will survive. Though we are still taking time to build, because with the borders being closed and stuff, but we'll get there again. We'll get there again. So I'm in a happy place. Although right now, being back at home, I can't really work because I wasn't working for any company in the country. Like, I wasn't in South Africa before the lockdown. So everyone that's working right now is that you had a job before the lockdown and they're calling you back, and right now no one is actually hiring or anything like that. But for me, I'm in a happy position, because I know that the industry that I'm in was not a waste. It wasn't a waste, and I know that we will regain our strength again as the hospitality industry. So I'm very excited for what 2021 holds, and I guess either we're going to be in South Africa or we're going back. Whatever works.
So many options. You could literally be anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Well, that is it from Godisang. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming on my channel.
It's my pleasure.
I thoroughly enjoyed this interview. Thank you so much for watching this video with Godisang. I will leave her social media handles in the description box. I just wanted to say thank you so much for the support that I've been receiving in the past few videos, and very, very grateful for the comments, the likes, the shares, the views, everything. And don't forget to do the same with this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will leave my social media handles as well in the description box, but it is @withbaratang on both Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you next week on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Goodbye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Baratang, and this is the second episode. Is it the second? No, it's not. It's the third. Yeah. Title correct.
My title. What am I? What am I? I don't know. What am I?
But like, it says Gigi, so
okay, because a lot of people can't pronounce my name. A lot of people couldn't pronounce my name in the States. So I didn't want people being like Godai, Godai, because my name is Godai Sang, like when you spell it, Godai Sang. So everyone's, so I was like, you know what, Gigi simpler, because those are my initials.
Oh, I love your nails.
Thank you so much.
Where did you get them?
Momo. Oh, just in how I'm like it's chipping.
Ah, but I can't see it from
From
like from the camera. It's gonna look like